Well, hello there. It is so good to see you. I didn't know for sure if I'd even be here because I am late. I understand that, but I'm happy I'm here. I know you haven't gotten my newsletter, but it is coming out. I haven't gotten it quite out yet. There's a whole bunch of stuff that is going on right now in the Stampin' Up! World, so I'll talk about that as we go. Today, though, I'm going to do this Hearts and Hugs. So you got an email about this last week. And I made some really cool cards that I don't even know if these were in the email, but I think they might have been. I don't know, but I'm going to try to do this one today. This one's a super easy one. Mainly what I was going to show you is probably the coloring, but I don't know how much time I'll spend on that today. There's a lot of ways you can figure out how to do really good coloring. So I just encourage you to practice and to find the people that you like what they do, and then take their classes or join their pages. And you can always join my team. I will be happy to help you. We do have a special for joining. There's a special on joining. I kind of forget what it is. I haven't been keeping track of things. But it is a special. It's only going to go on this month. So by the end of October, it will be done. And so if you're going to join, this is the time to do it, because you will get discounts on all of your stuff. And you don't have to, go through a demonstrator. It's kind of nice to be able to order on your own. And you get things before everybody does, so it doesn't sell out. I always get what I want. Isn't that nice? And the only way to do that is if you're a demonstrator. So anyhow, the next week's cards, when you get the newsletter, it's going to have this set in it. I know a lot of people have been using it. It's a really cool set. This is like a kind of a forever set. Sometimes there are sets that you're probably only going to use a few times, and then you'll give it away or sell it. I never sell my stuff, but I do give a ton away. This is one I probably won't be giving away. It has eggnog on it. It has words in the dies and all kinds of really good things. So I'm going to put this one on the side. I don't think I'm using that one today, but I never really even know what I'm using. I kind of forget because, like I said, I'm kind of not keeping track of things like I used to and like I would like to. But, I forgot to do my computer. So that is going to be a problem I will have to rectify. All right, I'm going to try to set this so that, because what we're going to need to do is we're going to be needing to cut. Why is this? Oh, I realize now I actually positioned this so that I can see my desktop a little bit better than I had been before. I just need to, I'm scooting it a different way than I had before, so I kind of have to figure it out. All right, you're probably really tired of seeing me do this every week. Here are my codes. If you want to do the shop Stampin' Up stuff with me, you will get a chance to earn, or depending on your order, you will get some free things. So actually, I want that here and there. Okay, and then this is my Square store. I don't even know. Probably that's all old stuff. I'm not really doing any classes and things right now because I just can't. The newsletter is here, and that is going to be going on as it's continued weekly, but with less tutorials in it, just because I don't have the ability to do that right now. And let me get my light over here a bit better. And we are going to go. I'm going to try to go through pretty quickly because, much of what I'm using, this is a new set. This is available, I think. It's got Hearts and Hugs dies. It's really cute. So it has dies for all the animals. There's some flowers. There's hearts. There's this. This is like, if you, I'll have to show you that one. That one I'm not even going to describe. There's this little banner that's for the sentiments, because they're a little long, so you might not have one that is long enough for that if you've just recently started. Those of us who've been in it a while, we probably have so many things that are, we have so many things that is not an issue. But the paper I'm using, let me explain. I'm going to use 2 grays for our little walruses. This is Smoky Slate and Gray Granite. I'm going to be using both of those if I get to both cards. Actually, the Gray Granite one is with this little badger because I wanted a different gray, but probably, interchangeable. Wouldn't really matter what's what. And then this paper is actually the Country Lace paper, I believe. I don't know if this is, I think this is in the annual catalog, Country Lace. It was mostly blues, but I've kind of gone off blues for just a little while in my cards. Seems like I've made so many things that were blue. And then I thought, well, you know what? Let's try not doing blue for a while, because it was like everything was blue. So let me look here really quick. We've got my index is marked. I don't really have things marked so much anymore because the index is actually really good in our annual catalog. So I'm looking in the index for our designer series paper because that's what I want to find. Designer series paper. Yes, Country Lace. It's page 51. So this paper is available in the main catalog, and you can use that for your purchases, for the, things that are available. Right now, there's a lot of online stuff. There are kits. There's a kit sale, I think, going on. I mean, there's lots of things. Now, I'm going to start with this card. It's not the easiest one, but it's going to show me my coloring for this, and it's a pretty fun fold. Okay, so it has this little ribbon. I guess I'm going to have to actually untie it. It's fastened right there, and then it's just a little gate fold that opens like this and like this, and there's lots and lots of room for writing. You could add a little pocket here if you wanted to turn it into a gift card. It just has a lot of really pretty colors, so I liked that one. And I am going to go ahead and just sort of tie it up again because I'm just kind of hanging on to this for my sample, so I knew what I was doing. And then I'm going to give you the dimensions here. I'm not writing them down, so you will have to pay attention, but they're very easy. And I forget, did I write who did this? I don't think so. And partly it's because I changed the dimensions. So what you're going to do is start out. This, of course, is a very big piece. All right, because I've got it written out for several things. So you're going to... this piece, where's my dimensions? Did I not write it out? I thought oh yes, 7 by 15. There we go. It's right here. Now, if you want to use, you can't, obviously we do not sell a Smoky Slate piece that is 7 by 15. So what you're going to need to do is have a whole sheet of cardstock for this. Let me grab out my Smoky Slate. And then we're going to do this. I thought I wrote my dimensions for half and half, but I didn't. And I don't understand why I didn't. Let me look here again. Because it's kind of odd that I didn't. Well, I wrote out my dimensions here. So from here to here is 7 1/4 by 7. Now I did this on white. And I think that's what I was thinking is I would probably just normally do this on white because I have white cardstock that is 15 inches long and, actually it's probably 17 inches long. I don't remember. But for us doing actual colored cardstock, we don't have that. Now the width this way though is 7 inches. So since I know it's going to be 7 inches, I'm going to go ahead and just cut it right now at 7 inches long this way. And this is how tall the card is going to be. And then I know what I want is a flap. So we're going to have a little flap. This flap is, I've got the scores going this way, so it's kind of a little complicated when I'm trying to divide my measurements. This one is 2, it's actually 2 3/8. So we're going to go with 2 3/8 this way. Right? Let's count. 1, 2, 3. There it is. 3/8. So I'm going to score that. Okay, so this is this fold. This is our front fold. And then I want another score here. And this is 7/8 from the other side. But since I am having to use 2 sheets of paper to get this, or 2 sheets of cardstock, instead of doing that, I'm going to go ahead. This says 5-inch score. I'm going to check that. It is. It's a 5-inch score from the edge. Okay, so that's the edge. Don't cut anything. We're going to just go ahead and score this. Since I've kind of got to turn it upside down here. So this is 5 inches here. So put your score line that you just made here, and that goes at 5 inches. We're going to score that again. And now this is where you're going to double it over to attach another piece. And I'm going to just go 1/2 inch here and line it right there at 1/2 inch where I just scored it, and then I am going to cut this. If you want it bigger to secure the card better, you can do that, but a 1/2 inch is going to be adequate. And then that is going to attach to the other side of the card. So this is one side now, and then I need another sheet that's 7 inches, right? And we only need this section to be about this big. But I'm going to have to get another whole sheet. So you will need 2 sheets. Now, if you don't want your card to be too heavy, make sure you use the DSP that you've got planned for it anyway. You can do that. The DSP is very lightweight, and so you can really double things up, and it makes it easier to do big cards like this. Country lace is actually a very lightweight. Sometimes they're a medium weight. Sometimes it's very lightweight. This is this would be considered medium weight. It's not super lightweight, but it also is flimsy enough. I wouldn't do it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this again. This is 7 inches because that's the height of our card. I'm taking that off. And then turning it this way, I want to go ahead and score at that 1/2 inch. I don't need to do that. I forgot, because what I'm going to do is this is the front, and then on this side, and then this is going to be the front on this side. So what I need to do is just cut this size. So I probably could have done it on that other one. This is going to be 7 1/4. So we've got 7 this way, and now we're turning it and doing 7 1/4 this way. And then this score line right here for this other side is 2 1/4. Okay, so this piece doesn't look correct, but I'm going to do it anyway. 2 1/4 score. Oh, I guess it is. And then that is my other fold. And this is going to attach right here like this. Now line it up and make sure you've got it right. And now you've got this little edge on the inside of the card, but believe me, you won't even notice it once you get your DSP cut in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put my glue. Let's burnish this, because it's hard to glue something that's sort of flopping around. It is so beautiful here. Thankfully, the weather has cooled down. It's still warm. I think it's in the 70s. But it was supposed to be in the 80s, but it felt pretty good out there. I just came in to put my water on. I've had to water a bunch. Can you believe it? Here in Missouri, in the fall, having to water, it's like unheard of, I think. Very unusual. I'm just really glad we do not have any hurricanes coming up, and we're praying for all of our hurricane victims because they are like super suffering right now. We have got so many card people I know that are without power, and I know everyone is that it was in that path, but my goodness. So we are going to keep everybody in our prayers. All right, both of these folds are going this direction. They're going like this. So this one is actually going to fold over that. So go ahead and make sure this is folding all the way flat. In fact, I'm going to put my bone folder here to make sure, because this needs to give just a little bit. Okay, so you're going to end up with a tiny bit of a new score line there, but it's small enough you can just do it and don't worry about it. It does show on the back, but it's not like a big deal, and it's actually going to help that all fold a little better. So don't worry about it. If you don't want this edge, which I didn't, that's about 1/16 of an inch off on this inner one. So I'm going to just take this, and I'm lining it up with the little black strip where the cutting thing, the cutting slot is. And then that's my 1/8 of an inch. My Smoky Slate, you are a frayer, because I know my blade does need to be changed, but it actually doesn't do this for most of the cardstocks I've been working with. So I don't think I do need to change it. I just have to trim my Smoky Slate. All right, so now you can't see that under flap at all. I didn't want to. And then the other part we're going to do is this little embossed piece. So this is one of our new embossing folders. Let me grab it. This is a really nice one with this particular country lace. It's called Eyelet 3D. I don't even remember when this came out, the Eyelet 3D. Do you remember? I know it's new, but I just don't remember exactly when it is. Now, here are the strips I've removed already from our other ones. I'm just using one of them. It doesn't matter which one you use. They're both the same size, and so I'm going to emboss that. I'm going to also look at my other card, because I think, oh, this is the gray granite one. Let me look on the inside here, because I think, do I have an embossed piece inside? No, it's just the DSP. I keep scraps around, but I also try not to keep too many scraps around. So this one is a good belly band, so don't get rid of this scrap. But we're only going to use this one. So I'm going to emboss that here in a minute. Let's go ahead and finish cutting everything out first. Now, we've got this card made, the base card for this. It's not a gate fold. It's like a joy fold, but it's a giant one. And it has this extra flap, which is why I liked this one. Whoever designed this, she was a genius, because this way you get another layer of DSP and just another little special flap. And if you're like me and you want to have lots of room to write, that's very helpful too. All right, so let's do this part. Now, if you're wanting dimensions for a 7x15 piece, because again, if you do a white cardstock, you can cut your gray or your DSP, this paper that we're using, this country lace or whatever paper you're using, you can cut it as panels on this, on white. So if you do that, this card is 7x15 inches, and then on the 15-inch side, you're going to score this score at 2.5, and then this score would have been 7.5. And then your final score would have been 12 and 1/12. I know. I don't know why it's that, because it's just anyway, don't even go there. Just a smidgen over 12. So basically you could get by with a 12-inch one, maybe. I think that's why I did that, trying to get this to fit, because it just doesn't quite. Let me measure it here, right here. That isn't correct, because this is I think I changed all the measurements to get that. So the 12 1/12 is actually short of this flap. So you would still have to have another 2 1/4 inch, and you'd have to glue it on. And I might have done that. I don't know. I'm going to have to change my dimensions on this little tutorial, because this is one that I have that I'm keeping in my stash to pull out. And, you know, it's really annoying when you go to do a card thing that you made yourself, and you realize I wrote down the wrong measurements. How could I have done that? But I did. So let's just measure it here right now so that I don't do that again. I don't have to do it again. Let's measure it on my big one. Or I'll measure it on this. How's that? This is big enough. Okay, so it ended up being 7 inches by, lay it on there. Basically, it's a little less than 15. It's 14, no, not 15, I'm sorry. It's 14 3/8. 1, 2, 3, yes. So it's 14 3/8. Let's write that down. So it's very close to 15 inches. I don't know what I was thinking here. Okay, so 14 3/8, and then I did the scoring already on this, so I know that part is okay. So I'm not really sure where I got to the 12. That was weird. This piece, we need this center piece, and we want this to be in gray granite also. It's going to be our background, and I might even have one already done. Let's see. This is already a 5.5 by 4 1/4 that I previously had cut out, so I'm going to use it. But we're actually going to cut it at 4 inches instead of the 4 1/4. But the 5.5 you can just leave as is. Mine is a tiny bit shorter, but you don't need it to be shorter. It's just fine the way it is. All right, so we're still not done with that cutting. We're going to be using it, but I need to assemble all of these other things before we do this. So we will emboss the eyelet paper first. Okay, so let me grab my machine over here and one of my nicer looking plates so we can see what's going on. And I forgot, we're not using that. We need the plate that actually embosses. So I've got these two. That is going to give us the embossing. We're going to emboss this one, and there's the eyelet. Now, it doesn't matter which way you do it, but here is the front. So we're going to, because this piece is just going to get turned over, so it doesn't really matter which way you set it in here. But we're going to go ahead and do this one. I really like this embossing thing. It's pretty, super pretty. Look at that. Now, if you take a little bit of white and put on just that little bit there, it really jumps out. It's a really pretty one. While we have this embossing folder out, I'm also going to cut out and emboss the other card that I'm doing, just so that I can get this done in one go without having to drag that out again. Now we're going to use gray granite on this next card, and remember, I'm not finished with the other one. I'm just making a little temporary jog to something else. So here's our gray granite. For this one, oh, this is a cute one. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to have time to do all of this, but we will give it a try. So this is 5.5 by 8.5. So that's your standard size card. Mine's kind of damaged a little there, but I'm going to use it anyway. So 8.5 by 5.5 is your standard size card. But we're going to score it a little differently so it has these very cute little folds. All kinds of cute little folds. So first of all, I'm going to score it at 2 1/4. And this part, since it's damaged, I'm going to keep it on the back. So I'm going to turn that over there. So 2 1/4 score. And then I'm going to turn this again because I just want to score it again. But on this side, it's going to be a little shorter at 2 1/8. I do not know if that is correct because that, yeah, 2 1/4 and 2 1/8. Okay. That will be fine because I don't know why, but I just needed it to be a bit wider apparently. And that is correct. It is a little wider than my sample, just a tiny bit. So I'm finding my damaged edge. That was here. So this is the bottom. There's even a smudge here, but my DSP is going to cover that. Or actually my embossing. Now see, this is why I did that. I really wanted my gatefold to close. Sometimes when you've got these extra flaps, it doesn't. And I don't want this seam to show like this, so it won't now. So again, it was 2 1/4 on this side and 2 1/8. Turn it and do 2 1/8 on this side. And then we're turning it back again. We do need another little, this is the little one on the inside, isn't you? You're cute, but you're kind of long. 3 1/2 by 10 3/4. So I need gray granite, and I think I'm going to have to grab another piece of gray granite. So I don't have that out right at the moment. Where are you, gray granite? Ah, there you are. Okay, I think this is gray granite, or is that smoky slate? Kind of looks like gray granite, but is this gray granite? I don't know. It looks a little different. Sometimes my cardstock gets a little different looking because the light is coming in here so strongly. So we want 10 3/4. So I'm going to have to cut it this way. 10 3/4 is the long way on this card. Oops, why am I doing that? Let's do it this way. 10, I think I damaged that. 10 3/4. I'm checking my number again. You're just cutting off that 1/4 strip, but then we're turning it this way, and we're gonna go 3 1/2. And then we are gonna be scoring this quite a lot. Okay, so we're gonna score it at 2 1/4. 2 1/4 and 4 1/8. And then I'm turning it again, and we're going to score the other side at 2 1/8. It's just easier to get dimensions of measurement if you turn things and do it this way. And then the other one is 4 1/4. You can work it the other way and have it all go, but it ends up with like this, you know, 8/15 and 16 and stuff. Weird stuff. So this part folds, the middle part we're going to fold as a mountain fold going out that way. And you are going to need to burnish some things just to get this to all lay down quite nicely. I'm going to put this under my paper just because it's so loud on that. So loud on that glass mat. I hope you got this glass mat. If you don't have one already, there are other ones out on the market that you could buy too. But this one was a nice, smallish size, but it's still nice. All right, so we've got this one. This is my gray granite. So what we're going to do is put, this is actually going right in the middle here. Okay. I'm going to have to look at my card, though, to see exactly how I did that. I'm not exactly sure. All I know that I need to do now is I wanted to make sure that I had embossed these two front pieces. And I'm going to just emboss the pieces. I'm not going to cut panels and all of that. So now we are done with this. Again, just rewind to see the dimensions if you missed it. I hope you didn't. And then we're done with this for now. I'm going to put it with my card sample over here. And then we're going to emboss. This is why we're doing this other card for just a moment. Just going to emboss this gate, basically. So let's put, this one's going like this. It is going to kind of be funky a little and go over the edge a bit. That's okay. I like, I really like my embossing folders that aren't too directional, because then you can kind of do them a little wonky in the folder and not have to worry about it. But if you're doing one that has a definite diagonal or straight stripe, you will want to line it up with these lines at the bottom. Now just make sure that you're getting the right side up again on this other side. So I've kind of redone it here. So we're going to do this. I want to make sure this is the side that's up. So that's, make sure I've got it going the right way. That one's going, I think I had it in, I'm putting it in, no, that's correct. No, is that, this is in, and I want it to be up. I better test it. I'm not 100% sure I'm putting this in correct. So I haven't really worked with this one a ton to know. Let's do this just a little bit, just so I know exactly which way is which. It should be usually the way you want it is the front, but once in a while you get an embossing folder that that's not the case. No, it is. The front is the side that's up. So I don't know what I was thinking. All right, so we want this one to go like this. So it's facing up. And you also do want to just go, oh, the other thing is we do kind of need to line it up a little bit with these. So the design here is like that. So I'm gonna try to put it in approximate. It's not gonna be exact, but it's gonna be approximately the same as it is on this side. Making sure again I'm doing the correct side. Okay, I am. All right, so now we're gonna go like this. It's a good thing there's a little bit of extra room on the sides for my cardstock that's kind of sticking out a little bit. Normally you wouldn't emboss quite like this, but it's working, so I'm gonna do it. All right, so there we go. There's your little gatefold. Aren't you cute? That's it. I don't need to emboss, I don't think, anymore, but I better not get too carried away with putting everything away. I'll just move all of this to the side, this to the side, and we'll get back to our basic card that we're doing right now. So we've got our grays that we've already scored and cut. Again, if you're using smoky slate white like I am, just check and make sure you don't have any fuzzy edges. That cardstock does kind of do that. Oh, I didn't emboss enough because this is 7 inches, I forgot, and this is 6 inches. So I need to do this extra little inch. Oh no, why did I do that? I just wasn't thinking. All right, so I'm gonna try to line it up again in exactly the same spot. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put the design right. Oh, it's the other way. That's right. That's why it's not working. Okay, so I'm putting it there, making sure it's all lined up the same way. You're gonna feel if it's going in the grooves there, and it is, because I need it to be longer. So let's just do it again really quick. I cannot lift this thing. I'm not really supposed to be lifting more than 10 pounds on that arm. And I keep forgetting and just heaving things around and then realizing that was dumb. Okay. Today when I messaged my son because he was saying, oh, he wished he hadn't done something or other with his house when he bought it. It was, you know, and I just thought, well, you know what? I used to think this about a lot of things. Like, what, God, why didn't you show me that? Because I'm so stupid. I wouldn't have done that if I hadn't been so dumb. But in the park today, let's see, isn't that beautiful? Now this is just 7 inches, but instead of cutting it, I'm going to glue it and then just trim it with my scissors just to make sure we're all covered. And if you really wanted to, you could do a longer one and do it on the inside too, but I'm doing DSP instead. You know what? God is so good. He does not need you to be super smart. I realize, some of the things that, 15, 20, 30 years ago, I really regretted and thought, why did we do that? Or why did I do that? And why couldn't I have known this, God, about this thing, whatever it was? And then, though, today, I was in the park after I do my workout at our workout center, I go walk the track, just just as a cool down, and it's really refreshing because I don't always get to the park right now. It's pretty hot, and that's in the morning, so if, working out and all this stuff, I'm slow to get going these days, and so I'm doing my cool down as a little walk around, and it's really pretty, lots of trees, it's beautiful, of course. But I realized, what? He doesn't need us to be perfect. In fact, I can think of many things he has used that I thought were really dumb things that I should have known better not to do. You do want that 1/4 inch off. So make it 5 1/4 instead of 5 1/2. It's a little long otherwise. You're going to want it just that tiny bit shorter, I think. He's good. He can just use all kinds of things. This is bulky, so I'm just gluing this cardstock right on it. I'm not even going to do any measuring. I don't need to worry about it too much. I think I actually used gray granite on this strip just to make it stand out a bit better, but it's not necessary, and I didn't at all on this one. So you could use your, if you wanted to, you could use tape. You could use anything, just if you're using any glue or any, adhesive would be the same. Just don't go too far out. You don't need a ton, but you do want it to stay on pretty good. And you're going to get about that much on, and then make sure that you cover all of that glue. So I'm kind of positioning it where I want it, kind of in the middle, making sure all my glue is covered there, and pushing that down just to get it where I want it. And then I'm going to slide you over. That's not quite enough. I need you over more. Right there is good. Perfect. Now, if you wanted to put a bit more glue in there, you could, but it's not necessary. That's staying down quite nicely. All right, so now we have that part, and then all you need is your DSP and this white piece to write on the inside. So we've got this country lace. I really like this. This is so pretty. Let's cut this. This, I don't even know. Let's look here. Oh, it was 4 inches. So we're going to cut this at 3 3/4 by 5. 5? Yeah, that'll be good. 3 3/4 by 5 for this piece. This looks like this on this side. I think I have a piece. Do I have a piece cut already that I can use? No, maybe not. Okay, 3 3/4. Did I say 3 3/4? I believe I did. 3 3/4 by 5. And let's see if I'm correct. I think that was correct. Yes. Isn't that pretty? It matches this little eyelid, I think, really well. So well, it was probably made for it. And I don't even really remember that it was. Who knows? I'm not very good about remembering a lot of things anymore because I'm not trying to. It's like, well, I can't remember everything because I'll just look in the catalog, or when I go online, what you can do is just use that search box like you would any website. It's much improved over the old one. So you can just type the item you want in there and see if it's even available. It might be expired, like me. If you're like me, you waited too long, didn't get it when you really wanted to because you had too many other things to buy, and then you were hoping that it would be continued and it wasn't, and you waited a little too long and missed the end of the season sale on it, and oh my goodness. You know what? I think there's a sale going on stamps. There is. This would be one that would be on sale, I think, although is this one a new one in the mini catalog? It might be. I think it's just the annual things that are on sale right now, but anyway, still a lot of nice things. Okay, so then we are going to just do the DSP on these inside pieces, these little inside flaps. I bet they're 2 inches. Let's check. That one's 2 inches. That one is 2 inches, and then that's all we're doing. Okay, so you're taking your, these are going to be 7 inches long. Oh, I hope I have 7 inches. Let's see. I do have another sheet if I need it. Whew, it's 7 inches, thankfully. That way. Let's check this way. 7, yes. Okay, so 2 inches here. Oh, I better do the 7 inches first, right? Okay, let's do the 7 inches first. I don't want the whole thing 7 inches. We'll do 2 inches and another 2 inches on this one, and then we'll just cut both of those at the 7-inch mark so that I don't have to. Was that correct? 7? No, it's not. Thankfully, I scared myself. It's shorter. That's good. It would have been really bad if it hadn't been. I thought it was 7. Oh, this is not my... Let's peek here. I thought it was 7. It is 7, right? Well, how come? I don't know. I do not know, and I'm not even going to think about it. I think it is 7. What a ding dong. What did I have it on? Something else? Is this card shorter, this one? No, it's not. What was I looking at? I don't know. Okay, so just bear with my brain freeze. So anyway, the upshot is God doesn't need you to be perfect. He just needs you to follow him. Sometimes he does things that are just totally unreasonable. Oh my goodness, you have to be kidding me. That is never going to work. And, but if doors are opened, it's a good thing, and you might or might not want to do it, but it's still a good thing that's blessing you think, or others. And so just do it. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. All right, so we're going to put this one here, right? It is too long. Is the deal. Oh, this is my sample? No, it isn't. I don't know. I must have cut this just a little short. Whatever. Well, now that I did that, I'm going to have to move it all the way. Oh, I forgot. I'm doing the whole length, you ding dong. You're not giving a border. I'm only giving the border on that side, not the other side. Oh, okay. I got you. All right, now, I know this is here, but this is going to get put, white is going to go on that. Oh, no, white is not going on that, because white is going on this one. So we'll get that little smudge off. I don't want that on there. And then, where is our other piece that I cut and have not put on yet? I know it's here somewhere. Did it blow onto the floor? Yes, it did. All right, so this one goes on the other flap. So just the upshot is where the Bible says just praise God for everything, basically, whether it's good or bad, because he is going to use the bad for good too. He does. He uses everything for, if you're his, for your good. This one's going here, right? Let me double check. I've kind of thrown things around thither. Make sure it's that side. Yes, it is. Okay, so this one's going like right here. Now this one in my sample, I do have a border, so I must, instead of cutting it at 7 inches, I actually must have cut it at 6 3/4. Just so that you know. So it's 2 inches by 6 3/4 if you're doing it the right way. And I've got some cleanup to do here. Grab a tissue here somewhere. Where are my tissues? I'm always moving things around and then I can't find my tissue. Maybe it's here. It's in this drawer. No tissue. Okay, maybe this drawer. No tissue. I guess I'm out of luck. I thought I had a whole box of tissue in here, but I don't. Thankfully, I can get this stuff all just rubbed off. Don't even ask me what it is. I can't even tell you. All right, there we go. Right there. So we have, what have I done? Okay, here we go. So this is going like this. No, it's got to, have I done this upside down? I think I did. How in the world have I done this? So that this goes like this. Okay, I scared myself. There, perfect. So this goes like this, and the seam is here. I should have done the seam here. Well, the other thing you can do is you can use another piece of DSP and put here if you wanted to, and then that would cover up. I don't have enough on hand to use this same one because I would need a bigger piece to do that. You could line it up, I suppose, and do that, but I'm not going to. I want a lot of room to write. This piece, though, is going to be 6 3/4 by the white piece that you're going to do right here. 6 and, where did my, there it is, 6 3/4 by 4 1/2. Okay, so just a white sheet, 6 3/4 by 5 1/2. I wonder if I have a nice skinny white here that I can use. It's not quite as much paper to cut. So 6 3/4 right there. What did I say? 5 1/2? Is that correct? Let's keep it down. I said 5 1/2. I keep getting the centimeter. 4 1/2. 4 1/2. All right. And then this white piece goes here. So I should have scored it on this other side and done this piece a little bit bigger. The front piece is actually what you want to have be a bit bigger. That is going to dry and go away, so don't worry about that. I'm not going to stamp anything on this. This is going to be strictly writing space for me, and I also kind of like to keep it blank so that if I want to use it as a gift card, I can make a little gray smoky slate, pocket, and then put it on there, and it'll make a really nice gift card. So that's why I'm not going to stamp anything. But if you are not going to do that, it would be really nice to stamp your sentiment and get all kinds of really good things going there. Cute. Now all I need is the stamped image, and then we're going to tie this nice, this is a really pretty organdy silver edged ribbon that I assume is still in the catalog. I think it looks smoky slate color. I think it is. Anyway, I really liked this one. I've kind of done the bow poorly, but that's okay. And then we're going to stamp this sentiment, which is, yes, I did. Where is it? I have it here somewhere. Oh, it's something else. Here's to all the beautiful things yet to come. I don't remember what that's from. I thought I had everything out, but I obviously don't. So let me look here. I think what I'm going to do instead, oh wait, what's this? Here it is. It is from Everlasting Beauty. This is actually a retired set, I think. I didn't even know it was retired. But I like that sentiment. Here's to all the beautiful things yet to come. Although there, you might not want to give walruses as a wedding card to people. Why wouldn't you? They're so cute, right? I like them. I don't know. Maybe it's not the best idea. I wouldn't do it to somebody I didn't know who loved walruses. If I knew they loved walruses, I'd be fine with doing it. But other than that, you might not want to. So we're going to put our stamp on there. Let's do our gray granite. No. Smoky slate is what we've got. And a piece of, I only need a little scrap here. Which I've got a little scrap somewhere. Well, that's not a big enough scrap. I thought I had a bunch of little scraps. I do. Okay, so this one right here. Smoky slate. Here's to all the beautiful things yet to come. And then we'll clean that up and put that away. I don't think I'm using this one again, so this is going to go here. Everlasting Beauty. Very pretty. All right, and then this gets cut out by a die, and then I will be gluing that on right there, as you can see. I want to stamp these while I'm kind of in the stamping mood. So we'll get our little walruses out. They are so sweet. Get them. And some paper. I just need some white, basic white cardstock. You want to use Stampin' Up! Paper. It has a nicer finish than most white papers do. And the correct card weight that you're going to want. Not all of them do. I haven't tried many other ones recently, but I so far I've never yet liked what I've come up with. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp the other animals. We're going to do the, they have the middles out so that you don't get all this weird dark inkage accidentally in their bellies. So that's nice. Very easy to stamp. And then I'm only doing also this little mouse. He's so cute, isn't he? I do like this little mouse, and I really didn't want to like the little mouse. If it hadn't been for the badgers and this little mouse, I would not have gotten. My son, when he was really little, liked walruses. I think I bought it and all that, and I don't even know that he really liked them. Well, I just liked the walrus, and he complied with having the walrus around for a while. Now, I need to color these, and it is much easier to color these if you are, if you have not cut them out yet. So let's just do this really quick. Now, this is a little tricky because I do have to use some other colors. We're gonna light and a dark. And then I think I'm gonna not use anything else. I am gonna get out my color lifter. If I can find you should be. I keep losing it. I also am going to be using, oh, there you are, color lifter. It is a white colorless thing. I don't think I'll use it though, because mostly I use a toner, a Copic toner. This one's 0. I don't know if I'll use 0, but we've got T1 and T2. T is for toner, and that's how I'm going to get my lighter color. Okay, so I'm going to start with this gray granite dark first, and I'm just going to do, should I lower this a bit? This is helpful. It looks like it is. All right, so we're going to just outline this really quick here and here. We're just outlining a little bit where I know it's going to be a little darker. And there, and there, and there, and here. A little bit here. I'm not doing a ton. I am going to probably come back over it. Definitely here. And here, under your folds, your animal folds, is what you're doing. Now let me look at my badger really quick. I'm not going to do the badger a ton, and he's going to actually be gray granite. So let's grab the badger. Arc, so I'm going to use not smoky slate. I'm going to grab out our, well, I can get the light version of black. It's pretty dark. I don't want that. Well, we're going to get a little bit on the tip, maybe. Not a lot, maybe. I'm going to be using a little white gel pen to kind of give all of this little dark fur tip, their little white tip. But I can't, this is the light black, and as you can see, it is very, very black. So that is not going to work for the whole thing, but it can give me my little bit of shadow here. So we'll give it a go. And maybe right here on the little nosy, right there. And then that's going away. And then let's try our dark gray granite on that again and see what happens. I'm gonna use a little bit of fatter pen. No, that's not gonna do it. Let's get the pebble path. Pebble path dark. It's a kind of a warmer gray. It's pretty warm. Let's get the light pebble path. That's better. Okay, so that's going to give us a little bit more of our color. Go in the direction that the fur is going to be growing. Okay, we're going to try to do a little bit under his neck. And we're going to go ahead and do where the nose was. Just a little. I'm going to make that a lighter thing. So we're just kind of doing a little bit here. Okay, and the tail. All right, that's that. And then this one, we're going to use that same pebble path. No, we don't, because that's that warm. I might use it later, though. I'm going to not take it away. We will see. Now grab your, oh, that was dark. So this is the dark pebble path. Grab your light smoky slate. Let's have a little look here. See what we're getting. Some colors mix well and some don't. So I kind of like to check and see, what are you doing? Are you blending together at all? It's kind of an interesting little experiment. If you're really experimenting, you might want to do it on the side. This is gray granite. This is light gray granite. I want to see how that's going to go. Yes, that's working out much better. So we're going to go ahead and use this light gray granite. I'm going to go over the whole guy with that. It's actually pretty light. It's kind of washing that color to the side, which is what I want it to do. Once you start getting to, an edge that you don't want to have the ink spilling out into too much, do change to your bullet tip. We want to be able to see his hand on her little shoulder. So we'll use this light one, although I would maybe normally make it a little darker. Okay, now I'm going to go over the whole thing again just to smooth that out. Being careful not to get into that little hand. Now this one's going the same, but I want her belly to be a little different just to differentiate who's who. So I'm going to just use this light gray granite. We're going to keep going. This is pushing the color. It's an alcohol blending pen. So as it goes, it kind of just pushes that color away. So where it's darker, it's kind of getting pushed away. And this one, since I'm doing it this way, I don't even have to get out the bullet tip. Now, it does ruin these if you use that brush tip a ton and push on it at all. It definitely ruins those. So you've just got to be a little careful about it. All right, so that is pretty good. Make that blend a bit. And we want this to be white, but we do want that chin to be dark. I do need just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of our gray granite. Let's get the dark gray granite for that little chinny chin chin right there. And then the light gray granite. Oh, we'll use the brush tip there. Try to be careful. I did the wrong one. I wanted that to be the... Wow, that's the white, you ding dong. Okay, don't worry about it. Just make it work. It'll be fine. All right, so he's a little different. Okay, he's a little different. And then this belly, we need that to blend in. You can use your color lifter. I am going to go ahead and use my T0 just to see how that's going to blend. I don't know if these are going to, gray granite, I don't think you blend in with T0. Let's see. When the color starts to separate at all, you know, that one's really not blending. So pick a different one, but that one's sort of working. I'm going to leave it, and then I'm going to use my color lifter again just to kind of, or I didn't even use it. I'm going to use it right there a bit. It'll kind of take some of it and move it around. And then taking my light gray granite again, I'm going to try to smooth that out just a bit. Like this. Even though I'm kind of going over it, it's still going to be lighter because it's got that color underneath there. And then when I do my other things, it's gonna make it all work good. All right, so that is that. Now we're gonna do these walruses kind of the same way, except for instead of with gray granite, we're going with smoky slate. All right, so gray granite, we've got light smoky slate here. And what I want to do is just blend this edge in. And I'm using the bullet tip so I can kind of press and really get that blended in, because I want this to lighten up quite a bit as we go up. And in this case, as we go down and up. Because I want this guy, I want to see his little cute face. He's got such a nice little smile. I don't want it to be so hidden with all of the ink that I can't see his cute little smile. And I always like the chest to be lighter. I think they look better if you can do that. And, you know, with our little badger, it was easier in some ways because we are putting fur on him. And you can use your pencils, your colored pencils, to do really nice fur. Okay, so now that is done, I do need my light. This one is going to be too light, but I'm going to start it out. And we're going to color over the whole thing. This is T0, just to see what it does. And you can see it's just not doing much. But this will give me all of their body covered, because this is the color that's going on the very top and in some of the belly parts. The little jowl part, that is going to be a petal pink. All right, so not trying to be too careful because we're not, you know, finished. This is T1. I don't remember exactly how dark that is. It's pretty dark. I think that's going to be fine. I think T1 will be fine. So we're going to blend this like this. Just to try to wash. Now what I'm doing is I'm kind of washing some of that color down, because this one's not blending very well with our our smoky slate. But it's okay. We're still going to make this work. It just will look a little bit more mottled. Let me show you what I'm talking about. You see these little tiny, tiny spots. It sort of looks mottled. Well, with a walrus skin, that is going to be just fine. If you were doing fur and putting, you know, pencil and all that on it, that would be fine too. The only time that probably wouldn't work very well is if you want it to be super, super smooth. If it was like, what kind of an animal has super, super smooth skin? I don't know. Fur is always going to be fine. Okay, so I'm just kind of coloring it all in now because it's pretty good. I don't think I'm going to have to worry. I want it to be dark enough you can see that his tusks are white. All right. Again, if you want to go to my website, there is my newsletter QR code. Once a week, I have that come out. It is mostly a non-selling kind of newsletter. It's just for fun for me and for my team and for anybody who wants to see what we're doing. I've been not posting all my stuff on Pinterest because I noticed I was just losing way too many items there. I'm sorry. I can't do free tutorials and free everything. And so, yeah, Pinterest just attracts a whole lot of people that unfortunately are never, like me. I mean, I've been guilty of it too, but in general, I don't think I've literally stolen things. I've never tried to anyway. It does happen. Because of our little copy and paste feature for Stampin' Up, you cannot help at times to think you're, you know, copy. Oh, that's the wrong one. This is light smoky slate. I don't want you, but we're going to go ahead and use that anyway because I sort of did that and I kind of liked it actually. You might think that it was one person who made this and then find out later, oh no, actually, I thought that's who did it. But now I see this and I see this one was done first. And so I'm not right. That was somebody else. This one's our light smoky slate. I thought that's what I was just using. But no, I don't know what I was using. Okay, T2. T2, I don't know if you're going to really work. Let's see. I'm using a harder tip. This is the chisel because it's flatter and I can kind of get in here and get it done a little faster. And then the T1. Yeah, yep. Not T1. We're going to mix this. So this is TO. And that way we can get these light parts back to light again. Okay, so now do you see how it's all blending together quite nicely? It's just a matter of kind of knowing where can I fudge on what doesn't really blend and where can I not. It's just one of these things you just pick up as you practice. So that's why you must practice. All right, so I think I'm done with those. I'm not going to have time to get to you, little mouse. I'm so sorry. I won't have time to do that card. This is a very cute card, though, and look how he turns out when you add white gel fur. So cute. We've got, like, Cajun craze on the edge, and then coming into, like, petal pink and ivory, and, oh, and then I just made sure I left plenty white here and right there above his little nose, and then all the fur and everything. He's so cute. This paper, though, is perfect for autumn, and it is our Splendid Autumn paper, which is probably, this was an online exclusive, I believe, but it is available, and so you will definitely want it. It has tons of really nice. Oh, look at this one. This, see, look at that. Isn't that nice? This is the one that I used for this card. And then because I wanted the mouse to be looking like he was down here on the ground, I cut off this part and he's looking up there. It's so pretty. Like Queen Anne's lace. Who doesn't like Queen Anne's lace? I'm sure some people don't because it is kind of a weed at times, I know. So let's do the petal pink. We're almost done with these guys, and then we will be getting all finished. Petal pink. Are you with the oranges? I bet you are. Or the yellows. Oh, I've got the yellows and oranges together. So we've got petal pink. So we're going to do our dark petal pink and see if that's dark enough. Oh, yeah. And then I do want just a tiny bit of gray on his nose. No, that's too dark. I'll use our little dark smoky slate there on his little nose. Now, if there are any spots that you want darker, you know, you just take your dark and make it a little darker again, and then blend it up with the lighter colors. It's just a practice sort of thing. Okay, and then our white kind of got messed up here, so I'm gonna have to take my color lifter, try to get some of you off. Now you can clean it when you do this, but I'm just going to tell you, you wear these out pretty fast when you're using these brush tips. But because I was covering such a large area with that, I kind of am having to. There are some other ways you can deal with screwing up a thing with color where you didn't want it. One of the neatest techniques that I've only learned this last year was taking a nail file, a little emery board one, and just literally sanding off some of that paper where that ink is. But with an alcohol ink, you can't do that. That only works with those other inks because this soaks down into the paper. Now, you can see it did take it away some. So enough, it's going to be fine. All right, I don't think I'm going to do, sometimes I like to do, you know, little cheeks, you know. I don't really need to. You can take this lighter one if you want to just make a little distinction with the belly and just color that a little bit. You can. I'm going to do that. And then that was our petal pink. It's a little bit different color as well as your smoky slate or gray granite, I guess is what those were. They're almost done. I am going to do his nose with a pencil. And these guys, I missed one spot on their jowls. And I already put my pens away, of course. But I missed this little mouth right there. All right, very, very good. You are so cute. Let's cut those guys out. I am going to do a mouse. Oops, I cut a little close to his little bottom. Oh, well, I think he'll survive. Hopefully he will. And that was so loud. When these plates fall on the floor, because it's a wood floor, it's like so loud. Poor Jeff is downstairs. I'm sure that is just stops. It would stop my heart, you know, down there. It's like, oh my goodness, can you not make quite so much noise? Sometimes if he's worried about me, he'll come up and say, you know, are you all right? What was that? Okay, there's the walrus. There's the badgers. We're not going to have time to do other things, so we will just hang on to the badger for now, and we'll put the walruses on here. Oh, you guys, don't do that to me. I can cut you separate if I need to. I might have to separate them from the little badgers. They're kind of not wanting to go here on this magnet right here. Okay, perfect. Oh, you are so nice. Do you remember when you were fussy cutting everything? I love these die cuts. I did resist them for years and years and years because I just did not want to spend that money, but they are so worth it. Okay. I wish my mother had been into this stuff because my daughter has gotten a ton of really, really cool things because I'm a demonstrator, so I can give her all kinds of really cool things. That would have been really nice. Really nice for me. My mom had to work. Oh, aren't you cute? So she didn't have time or money for that sort of thing. All right, we are so blessed. I cannot complain, that's for sure. Now I am going to need to do on that, I'm going to need to do a couple of labels, but I'm going to kind of rush through here because I feel like I'm taking too long and I want to get done. So let's go ahead and grab my card. We've got this one all done. Oh, I should have cut that sentiment out while I had it. Had it handy. I am not really sure if it's an Unbounded Love one. It might be. Let's check it out. We've got Unbounded Love, and this looks kind of long-ish. This is not the one I was doing because it's not long enough. It is not Unbounded Love. I keep using my old things. So if you don't know what I'm using, I'm terribly, terribly sorry. I just can't not use the old things. They're too nice. Now this one is I've labeled it medium small. It's like from a whole bunch of different sets. And this one's quite cool. That one will fit. I just keep going until I find one that fits. And then that's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to cut this off over here on the side so that we can get this done quicker. And, oops. It is, did you do the World Card Making Day? Who did that? The World Card Making Day would have been really fun to do, but I'm a little busy right now with stuff. I'm having to do a lot more watering than normal. Normally I would not have to do any watering this time of the year. Like I would water my pots with a watering can and then hope it rains, and then it always does. And oh my goodness, it is so dry and it's been warm. So it's been beautiful, but normally I would also be out riding my bike a lot. And today is the first day I feel like this would have been a good day to go ride the bike because it is nice out there. So this is going to go like right here. And then we're going to take our little walrus and we're going to put him right here. This can be partially under. I think it looks good that way. And then you want your ribbon. And attach your ribbon here with something so that the ribbon is still attached to the card, but it is going to keep it closed. Okay, I'm going to just glue this down because I want it underneath their head. But I'm going to just glue this side and not this side. Just because it's different heights, because I've got these layers glued there. So we'll get him about where I want it. And then we're gonna, oops, it's got to be in a little further. There we go. And then for the walruses, we're gonna do our dimensionals and stick those on. But before you stick them on, actually, you'll need to get your ribbon. And I really did like the silver. It was really pretty. I don't think I would like the white silver the white with the silver edge as much. I really love this organdy one. It's so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and take my card, tie my bow. I did do a whole bunch of ribbon. Probably didn't need to cut that much off. I should just I should measure it and write it somewhere where I can see so I don't waste so much ribbon when I do these things. Okay. If it's a standard 7-inch card, it would be a certain dimension, and if it was a 5.5-inch card, etc. I bet that's on Pinterest somewhere. There's everything on Pinterest. You can find all kinds of wonderful things on Pinterest to help you be a better card maker. All right, so there is my bow. I'm going to just leave it like that. This is about where the little walrus's buns are going to be going, and that's going to help hold down that ribbon. And we are going to be done pretty quick. Okay, so remember, if you want this stamp set, this is Hearts and Hugs. Please do buy it through me. I would really appreciate it. And then if you want to do any classes or anything and you live in Springfield, Missouri, you can check with me. I do have some people that do like to do that once in a while. And that won't be happening probably for a while, but you never know. I'd like to do them in the daytime, and probably can do it in the evening, but that's going to be very limited. I really get tired in the evening. Even when I wasn't struggling with health issues, I got tired in the evening. I've always been a real wimp about evening things. There we go. You guys are too cute. Look at you. Okay, now let's do the Badger one and be done. We are almost done because I've already got a lot of it done. So let me find it. Where have I got all of my Badger card pieces that we were working on? Good question. Oh, I slid them in here. That's what I did. Oh, that's right. It's smoky slate. All right, so this one goes like this. Isn't this cute? This, oops. Oh, yes. I did this. It's a little Velcro. Isn't this cute? And then it opens up like this. I am not going to have time to stamp these hearts, but these hearts are in that stamp set. Where is it? I just laid everything down and lost everything. Oh, it's right here. The little hearts, aren't they cute? So you can do one of your little flaps with those hearts. All right, gatefold that's embossed already. Where are you? I've got to put some things away now because I'm losing everything. It's all hidden from me. We've got this. And it always falls on the floor. Well, yes, it did. It fell on the floor. So here's our little gatefold that we've already got. And then what I'm going to do is just plan on writing in here. I don't need anything because this is going to go like this. Now, if you want to stamp the hearts, I guess I better show you because you'll just not know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, you're going to want to take these little hearts and do it like now before you've done anything else. So it's going to be the card goes like this, and this gets glued on the center. And this is the part. I wanted all the little hearts to be on the card, but I didn't want it like covering it. So we're going to take the little heart stamp. Take your black so it shows out really good. And just to prevent me from making a giant mess all over everything, I'll slide that underneath. You can do stamped off or not. It doesn't really matter. Make sure that your edge has a partial heart on it somewhere. You know, like that. You want to make sure, but don't get it over here. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp a bit more like this. And do a offset one. Now I'm going to move this here because I don't really want the hearts past that fold. Okay, there. Pretty good. I could probably do one more. Like, oh, let's do one more like right there. All right. Those are the little hearts. Very, very cute. And you could do it here as well, little heart, birthday hugs. I think that would be really cute. I think if you do that, though, you're going to want to use square granite and not black. But you could still use black, too. It's not going to make any difference. All right, we're going to move you aside. And this gets glued down right here in the middle. I just need to check to make sure it's going to all fold exactly the way I want it to. That's going like that. That's going like that. This is going like this. And this is coming out like that. Now, because I have my little Velcro happening, I need to make sure it doesn't go too far, but it goes far enough. Okay, so what I'm going to do is fold this. Goes actually in here, like this. I want this to be placed right here. Oh, I forgot. I do have another little strip of paper to put here too. But I don't need to worry about that yet. All I need to do is position this where I want it. That's pretty good. You want it in the center, like this. Okay, so once I know I've got this where I want it, I'm going to open this all up, but keeping this here very still. So I can see where I'm gluing this piece. It's pretty much not really quite centered in there. Let's move this over a bit more. Not a lot though. I do kind of want it centered. It doesn't really have to be, but I kind of want it centered. I'm gonna move it over just a bit more. You just don't want this to be too far either direction, so I'm gonna make this work. I don't know why I was thinking it. I don't know. I do not know, and I'm not gonna worry about it. We're gonna go ahead and just glue this on here. And I am doing it like this because I want to make sure that I keep it kind of in the right place, especially since it's sort of off what I thought it would be. Okay, so there. Now straighten it out before it has a chance to really dry. Smooth that down. So now that one is on perfect. That's going like that. Oh, I see. I had white. That's what I did. I did white. I actually have it all smudged up because of those hearts. So I think having it gray is going to be better. All right, now that's going like that. And then if you don't want to see all of this, oh, I have it backwards. That's right. This is supposed to be, let's pull it off really fast. I think I've got it the wrong way. And that's white. Now you can take your heat gun. Do I have one handy here? Thought I did. Where are you? Yes. If you glue like that and you made a terrible mistake, you need to get it off, you can heat this up with your glue gun. No, not glue gun. I mean my embossing tool. That actually is going to help get that off a bit better. Whew, that kind of roughed it up. But I need it to be... That is not going to work now because I screwed it up royally. But I'm going to save this piece and we're going to cut a white one and stick it right here where it needs to be. Because I actually do want the right side. You see, one side I think is slightly bigger than the other. No, it doesn't seem to be. It seems to be the same. Wait, let's go like this. I'm experimenting to see if I'm correct. No, that's like that. That's like that. No, it's not making any difference. Huh. I'm going to have to rework my measurements then because that doesn't seem quite right. All right, I'm going to put white here because I've got it all wrinkled. And I'm going to just go ahead and put it right back where it was because I'm going to have to look at my measurements and I don't really have time to double check with the one I've got going there. So we're going to stick this right here, glue it right back down again. And I will come back with a white piece to cover this center to write on, and it will look nicer. And you could even just do DSP if you want to. Yeah, I don't know why this is working like this. It should be coming out and covering there. So this fold was wrong. I thought it seemed awfully short when I was doing it. I'll have to refigure those folds because they should be like this. Let's do this really quick so you know and I know because this just drives me crazy. Where's that sample? There it is. So the dimensions of that are fine. It's just these aren't correct. And you can see I fixed them a few times. Oh, I turned it. No, I did do that though. Okay, let's grab my ruler. Did I put you away? Because I don't see you. I do not see my ruler, of course, when I need it. Critical spot. Huh. Okay, maybe it is not in the cards today to figure it out then, because I'm just not seeing my ruler. Let me measure it really quick right here, just so that I kind of know, vaguely. 2 and... that should have been 2 and 1/4, and it is. And that one should have been 4 and 3/8, and I think I did 1/8. Did I? See, that 3 looks like a. I bet that's what I did. I bet that's what did it. Okay, so let's find. I do have another ruler. Let's look here. It's 2 and 1/4, and then 4 and 1 2 3/8, 6 1/2, and then you end up a little shortchanged, but not too much, and then 8 and 1 2 3 4. Oh, that's 1 2. It's not quite at the 3/4, so it's 1 2 3 4 5/8. Okay, 8 and 5/8. So we've got 2 1/4, 4 and 3/8, 7, or 6 1/2, and then 8 and 5/8. And so I'm going to have to write that on my piece, although I think I did that before and I just kind of forced it. It wasn't quite right. Those are the dimensions on this that the lady gave, and I didn't think they were quite right, but that's okay. You cope. You work with it. All right, now we need our DSP, and I'm glad I found a ruler because I'm going to need it to figure this out. I need this to be 2 inches. Well, let's just measure it. This is 3 1/2 by 2 1/4. So, where did my piece go? Oh, there you are. This is our gray granite. So it's the same piece, but just turned over. This is gray granite on this side. I just lost my light. And so we've got a couple of these. I also need another piece of gray granite that's going to be this little tab. Oh, this is the wrong card. Where's the card I'm making? That was this is the other one. So easy and simple. Very cute. It's that same paper, but just, your standard. Very cute. All right, hold on. I've lost my purse. Nobody move. I've lost my purse. Where did it go? I've got this card, but this is my sample, but it's not my actual sample. Oh, there you are. All right, so we've got this DSP right here is going to be, let's measure it, 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. So let's see, 5 1/4. Yeah, that might be correct. Let's just see, 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. That's not long enough though. Okay, I want it to be going up and down, so we're going to use this piece. I don't want the ticking to be going this diagonal, measurement. We're going to go up and down. So, cutting board, where did you go to? Did you fall down? Because I've got such a big mess going on here. I can't even find my cutting board. We are done coloring, so let's grab that. Put that away. All right, here we go. All right, 5 1/4. Oh, it's not wide enough. 5 1/4. Oh, you're not wide enough either. Do I not have another strap? Oh, I don't need it to be 5 1/4. No, I need it to be this way, 5 1/4. Oh, good. We're good. 5 1/4 by 1 1/2. Oh, that scared me really royally. Now this I'm going to glue on near this edge right here, leaving this little nice border. Okay, so just use your glue. You'll have to use our glue, our good glue. This is our Tombow. You can get it in any craft store, but again, if you are a demonstrator, you are getting all of this stuff as a discount, so you get all of your glue super cheap. I go through a bunch of glue, and it is really nice to have the discount on that. Really nice. Okay, so there's my nice little edge. Oop. Right. Oop. There we go, right there. Okay, that. And then we're going to do this. This is my little flag. Look at this little flag. Isn't this cute? Well, it has this little Velcro. You can get these little Velcro things on Amazon. They're just, or even a craft shop. And it's the flag that's in the set. I'm just going to stamp this. I could just hug you. We're going to just stamp that and then cut it out with the little flag die that actually comes right with this die set. Isn't that cute? So take a piece of your gray granite. Hopefully you have a scrap of gray granite laying around somewhere. I know I have a bunch of probably some gray granite flying all over the place, but I'm not seeing one. So we'll just take this piece and we're going to stamp. Oh, I didn't put my hearts away. Let me do that. This is how you lose stamps and things, by not putting them away. And then let's grab a different block. It is helpful to have the right size block. That's one way if you accidentally rock, you won't get a lot of ink on things that you didn't want because you're using the right size block. So you've got your little sentiment, and then we're going to cut that out with the die. While I'm here, do I have anything else I need to cut out? It doesn't look like it. Oh, the little hearts. There are some little hearts, and they cut out those hearts, I believe. Oh no, they're these little hearts. Aren't those cute? So I'm going to do, there's 2 sets. We're going to do both of those in white. I'll just use white on those. And we're going to cut this out here. And then I'm going to get rid of my embossing folder. And we're going to take this, and we need enough, we want this to be on the edge here. I really don't want it that far, but I'm going to have to do it that far. I should have stamped it over more to the edge, because I do want all of my little points on this die. I don't want it to be off at all. But I want this sentiment to be more on this end, just because of the way I'm working this. So anyway, just for you to know why I'm doing it that way. We'll see if I got it far enough, because we're going to have a little fold and position, it so that it folds. And sentiment, you kind of want it to be where I had it, and I'm not sure it will be. We'll just find out. Okay, so there's that, and then we want, just take your white scraps and put your little hearts on here. We'll get 4. I'm going to use 3 of these little hearts. And then that's all you need for the dies from this set. Okay, so remember this set, and I think all of the annual things are on sale right now, and so are they're not going to be on sale very long. I don't remember. It's just a matter of days. So if that is what you're waiting for, you should be doing it right like yesterday, because I think it went on sale maybe yesterday. All right, there's this, and we want our DSP. Oh, I see what I've done. I have it. I have the wrong one glued on. No, I don't. It's correct. Just like that. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why it's showing there, but it doesn't really even matter. It's just I obsess about things. So we're going to put this here. I do kind of want it to be like that, going across on this one, because we are having this straight up and down here. But because I got this scrap, I'm going to just, oh, I've got a piece right here. I can use this scrap. Let's use this one. All right, so we've got, this is, oops, centimeters. This is 2 1/4, so we want that to be 2 inches. 2 inches by 3 1/2, so 3 1/4. I'm gonna go up in 1/8. So instead of 2 1/4, I'm gonna go 2 1/8. 2 1/8, and then let's check. See what kind of a border I've got. It's barely enough. It's enough, barely. I might trim a tiny bit off of that. And then 3 and not the half. We're going to go down in 1/8. And that's very, very tight border. We're going to take just a smidgen off on the side. I'll have to get that with my tool pick, because that one's, there we go, that's much better. So we'll glue that one on. There. Oh, you are so cute. Right there. Okay, and then the sentiment is going to go like, see, this has to be like this. So let's make sure you're a little wonky. Oh, I've got this piece is on a little wonky. That's probably why. Let's rescore here just a little bit, because my other side is just a little wonky. So because it is, it's sort of not laying quite right. And which way do I want it to tip? I didn't put this DSP on quite straight enough, so that's why it's doing that. You know what? I might put my little, I'll conceal it by putting my little guys over, maybe. Let's see. It's this DSP is the issue. You see. Oh boy. We can fix this. It's just a matter of making my fold right where I want it rather than where it is. There we go. Now my fold is where I need it to be, so that it's not quite so obvious. It's still off a bit, but just not so much. Oh, I'm not going to have time hardly to show you my fur. I'll do my fur and show you the technique, but I won't have time to color the whole thing. And so we've got that. We want to put our little birthday hugs right on here. So let's stamp it. And I should have stamped it first. I just didn't think about it. Okay, so here's my black. We've got sending a big birthday hug. So I'm not doing the sending part of this word, just the birthday hugs, because there's a reason for that. Okay, so I'm going to do birthday hugs, but not the sending part. I'm going to just go ahead and peek as I'm stamping here. Big hugs, sending a big, no, I got the wrong one. Where's birthday hugs? There it is, sending birthday hugs. And I want just birthday hugs, right? Oh, yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I'm good. Birthday hugs. Cute. I want that like right here. It can be like, oops, not upside down. Right. This is not wide enough. This is so strange. My measurements are, oh, you're in the wrong place. You know what? Today is just not a day that things work. I mean, that's just the way it goes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The problem is my little flag is not going to cover that because it's way too far over. Plus, I am going to just have to cut another piece and put it right on there because that is just not going to work. Wow. Could you have had more things go wrong? You need to have enough room for your Velcro. I could just hug you, and there's your birthday hugs. That's why I did it that way. And then we've got these really lovely metal pewter, dots, and they look really cool there. But if I do this, where's my flag that I did stamp? Did I cut it out? I did. I cut it out. Where did it go? Oh, brother, it's probably on the floor like everything else. I have got such a mess going up here today. Today is just one of these. Everything is all off today. All right, so we've got our little flag is going here. And so I can do that. It's not going to work well, but I think it'll still work. This is going to fold around your card like this. It's going to flip up. Okay, there's still barely enough room for my Velcro right there. So you want to make sure it's covering it, and then you just glue your little flag right onto this, the back of this. Okay, so put a tiny bit of glue there. And then lay your sentiment where you want it to be. It's going to have to be all the way over for me. I didn't really want it that way, but it's going to have to be. And then just glue it on there. Hold it down so it stays on. All right, but it does move, okay? So that's that. That goes like that. Yeah, this needed to be over more also. I could just cover it with a whole other piece. I will end up covering up most of my lovely embossing, which I didn't want to do though. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. And then this goes like this on the inside. Okay, like this, so that this is hidden. Oh, that's how it works. Oh, I'd forgotten. That's why the measurement being off doesn't matter. Wow. Because this flap folds in and this folds like that, and that's going to fold like that. Here, take your little Velcro. And take one of these, the top and the bottom. Make sure they're matched up, sticky. And then we're going to put one here. I'm going to have to trim a tiny bit of it off, though. So I'll just stick it on here. But then I'm going to have to trim off that extra because I didn't do it very well. Like that. And then stick your flag down like that. Okay, press it really hard and don't try to lift your Velcro until you are quite sure that's adhered really well. It takes a few minutes just to be sure. I wouldn't lift it for a while. This little guy, after you color him, it's going to go right there. And then our metal dots. I thought I had our metal dots out, but I don't particularly, and I want to be done. So I'm going to go. I'm going to put our little hearts right here like this. Okay, aren't they cute? And I'm going to do that with a little mini dimensional. I only need 3. They're so sweet. These are so cute. And the mini dimensionals do fit, I think, right on there. Do they? Not really. Let's do a tiny, tiny bit. Let's do a half and a half. Oops, I just did a half over here. Oh, those are the black ones, though. I don't want those. And a half. Okay, so we've got 1 half of a half. And that one. And one more. Another little half. Right there. Oh, you are so cute. All right, so we've got one here, like that. And I am very quiet today. Today is a quiet day. It's just because I'm wearing down now. I'm getting tired and going somewhat slow. Anyway, we're almost done. Thank you so much for sticking with me and hanging in there. I hope you are having a very blessed day. I got to get out and move my watering. I've got some great watering going on out there right now. And it is so nice to be able to have that sprinkler going because I don't necessarily want to stand in the hot sun. It's not bad in the shade, but hot sun's not so good. I'm not going to color the whole thing. I'm going to have to finish these guys, you know, after I have done a little bit of coloring. I'll have to finish them. Oops. My battery's low. I probably have lost video. See if we're still going. You're going to take your pencil and your marker pencil, your Stampin' Up! Pencils. This is the black one. I just used this black one and then did little lines for fur all over the whole back, some on the top. Do his little nose. Leave some white on his little nose. And then use your gel pen. Get a white gel pen. A number 10 and a number 8 are the sizes you want. This one's a number 8. So I can just put that highlight back on there. And then you will use the gel pen to do little accent fur. It makes a huge difference when you do that. And then you're going to just adhere him here. And this is done. Isn't this cute? Stamp in there. So sweet. All right, so I'll put this one out since that one's the completed one. These are the cards we did. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you. Oh, Freddie, you are on with me. I finally flipped my phone so I could actually see. I don't know if my... Oh, there's my camera. All right. Oops. No, it stopped. It says something and I can't. Done. I don't want to do that, whatever it was doing. Okay, it is not cooperating with me. All right. Whew. I am here and you are, I hope, still here too. I will see you later. My phone's doing weird things. I better get going. And we are praying for you hurricane people and all of the other people too that are still without power, and there are people facing new hurricanes and the old ones and just heat and all kinds of things. So have a blessed day, and I will see you next week.